So you as a consultant, what have you seen in Africa, in Nigeria? What do you think are the most challenging areas for businesses?
Well, you see, the thing about it is the way I view challenge is quite different.
Okay.
Because we could go on, we could state a million reasons why businesses fail. We're basically in Nigeria and other climates or other countries and the rest of the world. But you see, the challenges themselves are something that should spur innovation. Because really, you have, sometimes you tend to ask yourself, why do people invest in Nigeria or Africa?
Okay.
Basically, you see challenge here, you see the regulation, there's a lot of infrastructure, you have all the regulatory requirements to be met, and but you not ask yourself, yes, businesses have failed, but why are people still investing in Nigeria? Why is the Dangote investing? He launched it's about building like 2 of the biggest cement factories in Ogun State. But some businesses have failed, even in that so-called sector. So you ask yourself, why will the Dangote still keep investing in Nigeria despite all the challenges he met before building the refinery, the new refinery built? So the challenges are enormous, if you ask me. We have the infrastructure thing, the resource endowment. We can go on and on about government policies. Sometimes, we could say they are not business friendly. But then again, people are still investing in Nigeria or Africa, so to say.
Yeah.
We have a growing middle class. We have we have a medium age of 19 to 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
The market is basically, let me tell you, the market
very
is
young. Yeah.
Whatever you are selling, whether it's food, clothes, whatever you are selling, electronics, whatever you are into, the market is here. The market is in Africa. So
the future market is there. Yes.
Yes, the market is here. We have a growing middle class as well. So, and going by the recent, I could tell you that, okay, Africa is having we have 1.2 billion population, which is quoted to grow twice in the next, maybe 2030.
Yeah.
So, you see, a former professor said something. He said if you see a red flag, it's not the time to flight. That's the time to sit down and say, okay, how do we innovate at scale? How do we grow the market despite all the challenges we are facing? Yes, it's true that some companies left Nigeria because of the forex, government policies.
Yeah.
But despite that, you still have people investing enormously in Nigeria. So tell me, why are they still investing? That's the question. Why?
Okay. So for you as a consultant, why do you think so? Why do you think that they're there?
You said what?
You as a consultant, you tell me, why do you think people are still investing?
Is that me as a consultant?
Yes.
If I'm going to get you correctly, you're asking why should they still keep investing in Nigeria?
No. I'm not saying why should they. I'm saying why are they? Okay.
Investing in Nigeria.
Yes. Why are they investing in Nigeria? see, you just mentioned that there are so many challenges, okay? And see, I'm trying to help young Africans, okay, who say all these things, right? We know the challenges. The
Yeah, because
challenges are there.
despite I'm going to tell a bit of a story.
Yeah,
They say when you get into a national park, it takes a trained eye to spot a leopard on the tree.
Okay.
So it takes a but I was reading sometime a long time ago about a book about written by a bank CEO. Said when they were trying to build the bank, there was no internet, first of all, and they wanted to do online real-time banking. So he had to build an internet company in Nigeria.
Okay.
He had to, yes, he had to, it was a technology he had to replicate, but, he had to build that for his bank. So you see, he could have just said, oh, the internet is not working. Well, let me leave the bank. I can't start incurring this cost at this stage. But he knew that that could give him a competitive edge. So he built an internet company. So if you have estimated $5.6 trillion consumer and business spending in a market in Africa, and you take maybe a 10% chunk of that as at that early stage, are you saying that the person shouldn't venture into business? Is that business is either you fight or you flight. It's fight or flight. So it takes a lot of resilience and perseverance to really grow in this market.
Yeah.
Despite our challenge.
Yeah.
Nobody is denying that challenges here and there, but it spurs you to innovate and it spurs you to grow as well. So where these challenges are, that's why I see a lot of Nigerian so-called tech companies. Now they are moving into they are moving into Asia, they are moving into Latin America. You can't go through all these challenges here and you built at scale and not replicate such growth in those markets. So yes, I agree with everyone. There are challenges and there are challenges everywhere. Even right now in the world, there are challenges. We can see the trade policies, the trade war going on from US to China to the EU and the rest of it, giving, everybody's taking shots at each other, Just, with the tariff and all going up and here, and so up and down. So you find out that even the countries closest to America, they are even crying and saying, "Come, you are going to kill our market because of all these tariffs."
That story is a big one.